afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, host Imperial Dane. We're off to another astoundingly exciting 1v1 right here on the road to Kharkov. And we shall be watching here in the southern part. Dot here fighting for the United States of America, taking on the role here of the 3rd Armored Division, going up against USA, fighting here for the Oberkommando West. For the Reich. Fighting here at the very least for the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division, striking hard towards the enemies of the Reich, with Volksgruppe here rapidly following up for him. Commanders are armor, infantry, airborne, box standard stuff here. USA on the other hand with breakthrough, Luftwaffe and fortifications. Currently also a bit box standard, though surprisingly you never actually see fortifications used much, and even then it's only for the MG-34, whatever. Back here to Dot, we see the half-track here rushing here, as is common for some players. Aggressively heading there towards the south, nothing uncommon there. Of course, using the truck here to reconnaissance and figure out what direction his opponent is heading in and maybe deal a bit with that. Sturmpaniers are rushing ahead as well. Not focusing on the fuel here, on the other hand, might be hoping to disrupt his opponent's fuel first. More rather than moving out here for Dots. Driving into buildings. Could be could end up getting shot at by soldiers here from the right, and going over the car pump with the Sturm Pioneers. Going to like using the truck there to again disrupt. Not something I very much applaud at all. Either way here, again note, it is basically making things a bit easier for the Sturm Pioneers, basically disrupting the riflemen, showing they can't be shot at, allowing them to basically shoot freely here. Riflemen taking some losses. Sturm Pioneers almost down to half health ultimately though. With the amount of spread he has, and the amount of fact that there's only one Sturm Pioneer hits, USA simply can't get enough out of them here. They manage to sort of disrupt things. At the same time, those trucks are now a bit exposed. That's, of course, again, note, due to the severe health and armoured possessors. Well, the riflemen simply can't do enough to actually punish USA for this move and actually, you know, force it away. Port now being secured. And there we go, 3rd rifle squad on the way. So far a few full Grenadier here, Sturm Pioneers back. And wishing armor chosen, we immediately seeing some assault units being deployed here to push up the frontage. So looks like Dots here is going in very aggressively to deal with the Krauts. At the same time going in for the cut-off point. Good job, we're noting a mechanized regiment headquarters up for USA. Pretty common stuff. As such, moving up there, more riflemen there, and the assault units heading westwards. But there we go, cut off point, there we go, cutting off the Germans here from the fuel, pretty much returning the favour here to USA with a fist. Assault units continuing the westwards path so far. Looks like we are seeing Dots here moving most of the force towards the right hand side. USA reorganising for the counter-attack to retake the cut-off point. Thankfully for him, Dots doesn't have a larger force here. In fact, most of the forces are elsewhere. And here we go, moving up the centre. Looks like, in fact, moving into reinforce, probably expecting the counter-attack. Not an uncommon thought, of course. There we go, Volksgruppe tank from one side. From the other side, and Sturm Pioneers moving as well. Though, again, a bit difficult to mount a counter-attack from here, due to how the terrain is sort of set up. Volksgruppe are taking minor losses. Sturm Pioneers moving up, ensuring the Germans can't close in easily either. Pretty much forcing them to stay range here versus the riflemen, which the riflemen will definitely draw the favour in. There we go, already one Volksgruppe squad pulled back, Sturm Pioneers shifting over. Rear echelon troops continue to do a lot here with the Volksgruppe slowly winning that engagement. In there, go in fact see that USA is pulling back from this engagement, and lost on here Sturm Pioneer again. The engagement so far going reasonably well in Mr. Dot's favour, and we also see the Lieutenant on the way. Lieutenant Dan moving up. I'll be noting an MG-34's arrived, so commander has been chosen. The question is, will it be fortifications or Luftwaffe? Most commonly nowadays, so it is actually Luftwaffe, because it offers a bit more for most players than fortification does. And we're also noting he's rapidly calling in as many MG-34s as humanly possible. Not too uncommon either. Only 210 munitions, but reasonably effective in fact. So in fact, a lot of Oberkommando players tend to rely on that sort of do some damage and also keep the opponent beta, and they tend to be a bit of a better choice here than the Volksgrenadiers, and also more importantly, a cheaper choice. So not too uncommon. Assault's being fortunate. There you go, flame for upgrade on the way here, and the Volksgrenadiers are inside the building, burning out the Krauts, or at least attempting to. Rushing forwards there over the wall, and quick making into the building here. That's him going to make things awkward here for any troops nearby, and there we go, Paul Dieter bursts into flames. And there you go, pouring fire into the nearby building as Jump Punies moving up. In fact, they could take some shots here from the assault units. There you go, 1 kill. Jump Punies be careful. There you go, down to 2 men, very low health. USA he needs to retreat. Zurückfallen. Schnell, Sturmpioniere. Verlassen Sie diese Stellungen. But there you go, pushing up to the south. Those will definitely making things very ugly here. They got M224s coupling things here. Going to make it difficult then for Dots to keep up the pressure that direction, but at the same time he's cutting off most of the map already. We're seeing another truck arriving here. Attacking up here, MG34 falling back, trying to set up a bit further back. If the troops can make it to heavy cover before, though, no, mine looks like they did not. And so the MG34 will be able to stop them. If you go into heavy cover, though, the MG34 would definitely have been a losing proposition at the same time. Oh, he managed to suppress the lieutenant unit here. Apparently someone popped his head out a bit too far, which rather prevents an attempt to sort of quickly and swiftly flank the MG34, then in which case they could have been in trouble again. But no, it looks like it's happened here. MG34 securing the point there. And we're noting an M20 and an ambulance is on the way. The pressure increases here upon the shoulders of USA. And Volksgrenadiers are close to getting utterly wiped out. And tot. No survivors. And there you go, we've got the M20 moving up. And we all know, of course, that USA has a very sort of little actual response to the M20 is going to have to fall back already. Though, of course, with this on fuel transport, there might be something soon on the way. In fact, fuel has dropped to practically nothing. So either a flak half-track or a Puma might be inbound here for USA to throw back the M20 and the Amerikaner. So far, very successful early assault here by Dots here, despite the presence of MG34s. He could consider laying down some mines here with the same 20, upgrading it. I mean, that would certainly make things more difficult. But there you go, Panzerschläger, Sie Raketen, Panzerwüchse. But a quick M20 mine here could prove helpful, would certainly dissuade any sort of quick pursuit. And, well, too late now anyway, since the Puma has arrived. So it was a Puma striking into pursuit there with its 8 mighty wheels. The Achtrad. M20 being repaired. Troops falling up to cover. And now another counterattack here is being attempted by USA. Perhaps a bit more successful this time around. Puma charging forwards. And we're actually seeing the crew moving ahead there with the bazooka. Probably standing a bit chance versus the Puma with that than in the armoured car. Oh dear, poor Hank went down. Can they fire the bazooka? Come on. Joe, you can do it. Here we go. Decent hit there on the Puma. Troops need to be enforced.
A capture point is under attack.
Assault units moving up, then counting some of US ace forces already looking a bit worse aware. He might want to consider actually laying down a medic kit there with the Sturmpaniers, as they do gain that as a Veterans 1 ability, which would allow them to support the troops. There we go, we're alternating the MG34 in trouble despite being attacked head-on. The M20 there with his 50 caliber, running quite enough pressure there. Popping out again, but with the MG34, they're not really going to be able to do much versus it, so they have to fall back. And there you go, another hit there from the Puma, the Schwerer Panzerspeerwagen. In fact, they could get wiped out, need to abandon the vehicle maybe.
The capture point is being overrun.
Further force reinforcing. Also, Captain has arrived here for him. Moving up with more bazookas, also the option for anti-tank guns and the Stuart light tank. Several MG34 sitting up there. He's actually got 4 MG34s now. He's going in pretty heavy-handedly with them. I suppose he can afford it too, considering what they cost, and that there's pretty much no cooldown, it seems, on them. Although we do now see a 50 caliber on the way for Dots, so far holding on reasonably well. Now finding forced away due to the presence of the Puma and the, well, increasingly large amount of MG34s. But in the end, it was really sort of the Puma pretty much breaking his stranglehold here early on. And trading moving forwards, coming under fire here. We probably should have waited there for the Captain to move forward so Rogue. Oh, never mind there.
Light vehicle just got destroyed.
MG10 moving forwards here, trying to outflank the positions. Not bad, not bad, but... Well, there we go. Another MG34 setting up here. A very tight net of MG34s being set up by USA. Pretty much dissuading any infantry push here from Dots. And popping over here to USA. Commander is, in fact, fortifications. And getting some more Volksgunners somewhere apparently lost. In particular, going to have to rely on them since he's not got a spare plant at quarters, thanks to his doctrine. That's all the infantry gets besides Storm Pioneers. Although in that case, some more Storm Pioneers might in fact be a good idea. Currently his other Volksgunners are not in a good condition. Some hiding in the building here. You know, if we have the Panzer Grenades, I'm sure someone would be shouted about this would be a bad idea. Well, you know, they're not. Anyways, you have some troops moving up. And technically there was nothing preventing troops from firing inside a building with a Panzerschreck. They just had to pretty much clear out everything so they would avoid the backdraft from it. Or the backburst, whatever. So there you go, MG34's covering him. I mean, he's got a ton of MG34s basically covering up everything. 4 of them. MG34 setting up here. Captaining in the way here, getting good hit on the Puma. MG34 resting, getting set all around. We've got the other one here covering the first one. Not bad. Captain making a good move there, getting close there with the Thompsons and other fun packs. The MG34 they've been pushed away rather than continuing up here. Very nice assault here being executed by Dots. Completely overwhelming the position, and rather exposing some of the issues here. And there you go, one MG4 cleared out. That's going to be a heavy loss here for USA. Puma getting repaired rapidly by the Pioneers. And there goes sitting away an MG34 right under the eyes of the Reich. Volksgunners ensuring the cut point can't be cut off. The Volksgunners doing what they can here, but ultimately they haven't got a job. They're applying fine power. And there go Puma rushing another MG34. That's the 5th MG44 USA has called in. Puma there taking quite a few shots. 50 caliber setting up once more. Another nicely executed assault here by Dots against USA. MG34 might want to sort of shift up a bit further.
MG34 heavy machine guns are now available.
Question is, what will he be getting next? Mr. Dots. And of course, what will be the next plan here for USA? In one option could be saving up for the PAC 43 emplacement. That might work out. Or some S-mines here and there could also in the right position do quite a bit of good. I mean, he has chosen for this, so he might as well exploit it fully. Puma making his rush forwards. Now with the captain exposed, or pinned down, in fact, and retreating, there's nothing really stopping the Puma here. Not even an anti-tank rifle grenade, but there we go. Almost got the fuel pump, but not quite, not quite. And we're now seeing, in fact, a battle group headquarters being propped up here by USA straight on the cut-off point. We're seeing a much more deliberate, slow approach here. It can work greatly, but it can also end up actually becoming an Achilles heel if you're not careful, since essentially it makes you easy to actually pin down around a point. Sure, you'll be stronger around it, but at the same time you feel a lot more cautious about moving away from it, so it can cause some problems if you're not careful. Lieutenant moving up here though. Puma is on the way. We've got the MG45 coming here again. I mean, USA doing quite a good work in actually setting up MG34s in the covering arcs, making it very difficult for the opponent to easily approach. And there you go, actually pinned down like rats. So striking back here, MG34 might want to be positioned a bit better, not a very good arc of fire. Rather than forced away there, the president of the MG34 on the Puma a bit too much here. We've got the MG34 from the Germans moving back out here under American care. And now we've got anti-tank as well, that's definitely going to increase the pressure on the Puma. And so the question just becomes, what next here for USA? What next? I mean, you should be soon to expect armor, so in which case a PAC 43 might work out sort of reasonably defensively. Change a single Puma and a Panzerschreck in the longer term might not be enough. At least not if he actually also wants to go on the offensive a bit. But so if I sort of manage to reach in position at least one victory point, I might be able to pressure around some other victory points here. But again, the right flank gets crushed here. Dots here successfully leading assault after assault there. And each enough there doesn't seem to be any sort of thicker defences, because, I mean, then Dots just attacks elsewhere, which again forces him to shift around again. So in that regard, I mean, Dots is reasonably well countering the defensive strategy here being implemented by USA. So that's quite nice to see. And it's actually time for the mid-game analysis. Yes, indeed, this is a bit of a shorter fight, but so far, When we are seeing that finally USA sort of striking back here, he's sort of getting some field presence again, though it's largely due to a rather vast aegis of MG-34s basically covering any approach, basically making it very difficult for any infantry to move forwards without getting shredded full of holes. But it's not exactly perfect either, and he's sort of constantly forced to reposition, reshift, and the problem is basically currently at the moment he's rather lacking a reserve that can sort of reasonably well counter-attack, but also attack further out from that. The Fult's going to just simply don't quite work with that, and essentially he's going to need something a bit tougher. I mean, he could consider second Puma sort of that way, maybe do things. Otherwise, I mean, his only real option is basically aiming for a Schwerer Panzer headquarters as soon as possible. He could set up here, in fact, to cover up the fuel point, and then getting some Obersoldaten, maybe a Panther or a Luke, something to sort of, you know, press forwards. And he needs to do so quickly, because the more time he's sort of basically in on the back foot, the more time his opponent sort of gets to sort of build up for armoured forces and really sort of strike down USA. And currently armour is really a big threat. He's only got a Puma and a Panzerschreck, so options are a bit limited there. He might also want to consider actually using his commander a bit. I mean, options would be S-mine to either cover the centre victory point or the fuel, which again gets quite commonly harassed. Another option might be a Pak 43 in the longer term as well, or the shorter term. But otherwise, you know, tagging up and getting some proper armour would be a very good idea for him. Looking at Dots, I mean, the game sort of keeps rolling on. He said definitely got the larger hand in, also in terms of damage. He's actually a bit behind. I mean, so far, and also in kills. I mean, so far again, the MG-34s have done well, but in terms of otherwise, I mean, you know, Dots is holding on quite well. He's probably building up for some armor. Then again, he could also just wait for his doctrine. I mean, M10 right now might help. He might also just save it for the bulldoze and basically just, well, bulldoze his way through with the 105mm houses attached, knocking out infantry and even threatening the Puma here reasonably well with its, well, somewhat heavy armor. So I mean, that could also be a way of doing it, but otherwise the way he's keeping up, basically striking here and there, forcing USA to constantly reposition, constantly remain on the defensive is overall a good approach. He's also got a pretty good unit preservation, ensuring he never wastes too much and also gets troops back in the nick of time. So overall he's playing it strongly, he's playing it fluidly. So that's pretty good to see, and again it's going to be very difficult for USA to sort of have to handle that. An infantry gun might help to a certain extent, but it's not going to be a guarantee. So let's pop back here to USA and let's see how actually he breaks out of this. Assault units are getting rushed off the field. MG-34s they're firing away. 50 Cubs heading up here to cover the approach. Anti-tank gun, troop moving in. Further increasing the pressure, and there got the other MG-34, stopping up assault there. Good job there, good job there. I mean, he's quite swift in reacting to these kind of threats. But again, that pretty much leaves a new gap. And the problem is when Dots finds them, and slips through them rather than if he finds them. Since Dots is playing quite aggressively as well. Right, here we do see the 50 cal being a bit of trouble, but we've got the MG-34 ensuring an immediate counter-attack. It's not going to succeed here. So there we go. We do see there that USA tries to push up, but is quickly put stop there by the Dots MG. So there we go. So we see him trying to sort of creep forwards ever slightly, ever lightly. Going for the victory point there, while reassurance troops going for the resource point over there. No upgrades, no bazookas, no BARs. And looks like some units are being upgraded here, so no mines either. That could have been an option, or a bunker for that matter. Could also have been a decent option there for Usain, sort of trying to sort of limit options here for Dots to sort of pushing through. Anyway, also quickly being pushed off the 10 a bit too much. And there go another MG-34 forcing up. We're seeing another MT push here. So they sort of reinforce the front line. Good job there. He could try a volley fire here on the MG-34, though that might be a bit too late. Volkswagen is actually doing pretty poorly there. More forces moving in. The capture joining in. The assault unit is joining in. Things being reinforced here. Anti-tank gun actually poorly positioned. I'm not entirely sure if he was intentionally pointing in that way, but that's not going to stop USA then. The Puma's actually being surprisingly defensive, but then again that might be because too busy with the MG-34s. And in fact it's losing out here to the rear echelon troops. Nego's been called up. You're seeing a nice assault being up here. The MG34 has led up on their lieutenant, allowing him to push through. Again, he found the gap. He found the gap, and instead of, you know, just bashing his into a wall, he keeps trying to find those gaps or cracks in USA's defences, and he's quite exploiting. And they've got grenades as well now, which also opens up as smoke. For smoke is an option here. Keeping up the good pressure there, keeping up the good pressure, lovely to see. Second Puma on the way here for USA. And we see here 105 mm bulldozers German from Dots. So now the big guns are arriving and they're about to kick in the door. Plus parts of the wall.
Crew, stand ready.
Subtlety is not exactly part of its repertoire at all. There you go, charging in. MG34 setting up their Veteran T2. Also got one that's 23. He's actually got 17 kills, which would also indicate he's actually done most of the killing here for USA. Which actually I think is more impressive than the MG42s. They rarely get that many kills. Though probably also helps he's got 2 bulletins for increasing his accuracy noticeably. But there you go, charging in there with the bulldozer, flanking the MG34 Veteran T3. Now time that we got to see the Pumas reacting again. He was sort of drawing them towards here, which set strike elsewhere. Again, he's good at shifting his attacks, causing USA to constantly have to guess where the next strike might come from. It's a very nice, solid, aggressive play there. We are seeing the officers there apparently holding a little club there, a bit of a soiree, but are under a lot of fire. Then we got the infantry gun joining in as well. They might have to leave their clubhouse soon, or it might collapse on their heads. Meanwhile, the assault here is in kind of a bit of resistance. We are seeing here in this case around. Oh, smoke laid down there. Good job, good job. Actually ensuring the MG34 can't fire, just lots of smoke here. Good, good. Puma's pulling back there heavily down from the anti-tank gun and the bulldozer. And looks like finally they are leaving the clubhouse. They had their bit of fun. We're seeing here that ultimately USA is forced to pull back his defences a bit here. Reaching Veteran T4 with the MG34. Impressive work there. Interesting enough, no intended arm, man. 20 kills, 20 kills. Nicely done there. Infantry gun getting off some good kills there on the anti-tank gun. And the assault engineers need to get away. Barely making it there. Good job, Eugene. And obviously everything's just basically being pulled up here again as once more the threat of a larger assault is appearing, which again opens up for Roughton on the other side here. So nice job there again by Dots, constantly keeping USA shifting from place to place, keeping them always off balance, which is generally a very sort of solid strategy for dealing with a harsh defender here like USA. And there goes slowly clearing up, but coming under fire from the Pumas, doing their best to deal with the Amerikanische Panzer. Having some limited success. More forces being rushed forward. The officers' club again on the move. Back here to Dots. He could soon call in another bulldozer shaman if he wanted to do another 1 on 5.
Send your orders.
And it was a reasonably common fixture in any American armored battalion. Basically serving the same purpose as the Stu 42 did for the German assault guns, basically clearing out dug-in positions and the likes. There you go, Captain and Lieutenant in the way. MG34's not following the way. And now we got a 240 in the battle. He's got tons of munitions. He's not been using anything. Lord almighty. And there we go, calling in straight here, and we see another weakness here of the way that you saw they say set up the defences. It's very much artillery feed, and there you go, already it's been cleared out. His field gun, the MG34, Veteran 5 by the way, Veteran 5. And there we go, MG34, Veteran 5 cleared out. Heavy losses have been inflicted upon USA. His force are forced to fall back, abandon the battle group headquarters, and the medics. MG34 are carefully setting up. Panic ensues. 90 to see us away, see us away. And there you go, one of the Pumas almost knocked out. Now we're seeing the Sherman here heading south. The other one getting repaired, I imagine. And dealing with some dark end crouch in a building. And dead. George! A tragic loss right there for USA. We got named for click setting up. Sadly, the bulldozers will not send in to support the Rearland troops, and they will soon encounter a rather grim demise in front of the MG34. MG34
have reached the front line.
Panzerschrecks, MG34s leaving the place. Lots of dead Germans. A very nasty blow there delivered. Puma's being repaired. USA very much lacking in striking force to really deal with this. It looks like he finally might be trying to aim for something. Now he's also got plenty of fuel, so a bit late there for getting the supply of target. On the other hand, if he can get it up, a Panther shouldn't be far off. So he should set up. At the same time, he shouldn't be sitting up too close because we very much risk it getting caught right now. But all the Sherman's getting knocked out, so he has to be a bit careful here. At the same time, of course, I imagine he wants to protect the fuel point here. No. He should have placed it up here, I think. I think it's a bit too far away. I mean, he wants sort of cover. He wants more than from it, but at the same time he risks being a bit too greedy here when he absolutely cannot afford greed. When greed is the last sin he should be aiming for. Oh, looks like someone went flying there. And he's got nothing covering it. This could, in fact, right now, again, nope, he has got the fuel for a Panther. But now, at the same time, it is too far forward. It is an easy target here. And now that it's spotted, Dots will be launching in everything he can to knock it out. Everything. And there you go, Schwerpanzer headquarters knocked out. At the same time, into pushing forward to MG34, putting a stop to that. And another heavy artillery strike once more straight into the centre of USA's forces again, clearing out MGs. Troops there stopped. Puma's everything moving forward, so it could be straight. Oh! Got him an absolute massacre right there. 3 units wiped out the entirety. Sturm Pioneers, MG34, infantry gun. No survivors. The Kenmer finally arrived as well. Shouldn't have been there much soon, I fear. Veteran 3 on the Puma, but he needs to get out of the firing zone.
Sherman bulldozer ready.
Another Sherman bulldozer, and there you go. Jamming the oh, he lost Kenmer for crew. Assault units flanking it at the same time as all of this is going on. Well done there, Dutch, taking care of all this. Handling things quite solidly.
Crew ready.
Preparing the Sherman.
Armor here.
And 3 bulldozer Shermans. And a ton of corpses littering this place.
Got us dialed in. Adjusting your position. Ready to go.
Soon need to make another push here with the Shermans. Might want to pull the Puma back here for some repairs. Apparently all the mechanics were killed. Another push forwards here. Barely anything left here for USA at the moment, sort of really hold things back with.
Let's give them hell, boys.
We got the anti-tank inhibition fleet. Just needs to actually increase its range with take aim, and he could definitely dominate things. But currently the battle group headquarters about to get knocked out. Bulldozers ready to launch one massive assault. There you go, battle group headquarters wiped out. Puma has to move in and try to deal with this. Veteran 1 for another Sherman bulldozer, one closing on Veteran 2. Infantry pinned to the ground. Now the Puma here's in a bit of trouble. Might want to take another aimed shot. So, nope, gain Veteran 4, popping smoke. And does not pursue right there. Probably USA trying to bait him, but something just not rise to it. Zit just pulling back here. Very cool display there by Dots. Some players might try to pursue the Puma and knock it out, but he does not. Instead, realizing he probably just do more damage elsewhere before trying to draw in the Puma into a better situation for him. Almost getting measured as regiment headquarters. Another artillery strike going in. And there we go, he drew in the Puma and he got it almost there with the anti-tank gun. Nice display again by Dots here. Very firm control now of the battlefield. And this is largely GG here. By this point, USA has got pretty much no chance of getting back. His Puma is not looking good. His infantry is shattered. Anti-tank guns getting wiped out there. And there we go, GG. GG will play and game over here. A very brutal match here. We saw some very sort of strong control from a larger part of the match there by Dots, leading in early, aggressively attacking from several sides and sort of keeping it up constantly, looking for the gaps that USA would have to leave in his otherwise strong defences. I mean, he was a bit too reliant there on fortification, but at the same time, I have to say, I don't think he made the best use of it. Again, he pretty much only relied on the MD-44 force. There was no heavy fortifications, no trenches, no flaks, no anything like that, no bunkers, no minefields, no pack for the fleet, no nothing. I think that was sort of really the mistake. He should probably then instead have gone for Luftwaffe, which would at least offered him the Fallschirmjägers. I think with that he might have had a better chance at laying down some pressure upon his opponent. Instead he went for fortifications, played very defensive, but at the very same time left him open. And versus maybe a lesser player, he probably could have pulled it off. But he clearly was up against someone very strong and very devious and also very good at basically finding those cracks, those gaps and exploiting them fully, constantly keeping USA on the move while defending, ultimately keeping sort of contained and ensuring he really couldn't sort of build up for a counterattack, which while slowly Dots will build up for an assault there with the bulldozer Shermans in the end. So a very sort of nice aggressive match in some regards, a bit unfortunate here for USA, but in the end he probably should have been aiming for the Schwerpanzer headquarters earlier and in a safer position, and then for a Panther. Had he done that, he'd probably been also in a better chance. So there are a few sort of critical mistakes that I think by USA, which also allowed his opponent to sort of dominate. But I mean, even then, I mean, he did well. He did a lot of damage to his opponent nonetheless. So it's not like he played poorly at all. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you some ideas for your own matches as well. If it did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay or provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers and see you all another time.